Howdy jerks. This is day 41, I think, of the Dashswap project. Hey, I wanted to mention to everybody, now that I'm getting really close to 1,000, thank you for that, by the way, thank you. I did want to mention that I do have another channel on YouTube, and it doesn't have a fancy URL name yet, because I don't have 100 subscribers yet, and I don't understand why, because it's models watching movies, and then we talk about it, we make fun of the movies, we drink, sometimes we're funny, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it's stupid. But anyway, if you want to go check out my other channel, it's called Models and Movies, and the link is going to be in the little description below. If you want to subscribe to it, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm trying really hard to get 100. I know I've been saying this for months. I don't put enough work into that channel. I put too much work into this one. Well, I'm almost done here. Really, the only things I really need to do is just put everything back together and then put the seats back in. But I thought instead of, finishing, I might as well see what I can do about, see what I can do about putting these, where'd they go? Oh, putting these tweeters into the dashboard. Now this is something I really should have done before while the dashboard was out, but I didn't do that. And what I think I'd like to try to do is I'm going to take this this off again, and I'm going to see if there's room to drill a little hole in the dashboard right here to put this tweeter. I mean, if there's room, great. If there's not room, I don't know what I'm going to do. Stereo version 2.0 didn't look like it was going to work by putting it in the dashboard, because when I looked in here, I found that there's really not enough room. Will you go in? Let's see if this works. Well, the windshield wipers work. I hear noise. Hey! That works. But that works. Ah, slaughter. Okay, so everything works. I'm just going to neaten or clean everything up and finish up, and then put that speaker in there. All right, tombstone's back in. Everything looks good. That's a little loose, but I can deal with it. Snow Patrol. All right, center console's back in. Wires are hidden. This speaker is in. I just need a little tape job up there. So I just need to clean up the interior bay, put the seats in. Well, I guess I'll put the steering wheel on too while I'm at it. And while I'm at that, I might as well figure out the goddamn horn situation, because I will fix it and then I'll have a horn for like a day or an hour, and then it'll get screwed up again. Whatever. I'm working on it. Well, I'm under the car again. And now I have to drill the holes in here and then run a screw. I am not a genius today. God damn it. Alright, hole in there. Good. I'm going to very gently screw this in, because I'll be making the hole a little bigger in plastic. Plastics generally don't like to be stretched. And there we have it. We have a knee plate that's in place. I'll drill the other hole in there. I don't think I have a screw for it, but fuck it, and that's done. It's looking good. Just have to get the vacuum in there, get all that crap out, the mess that I made, and then put the seats back in, tackle the steering wheel horn situation, and then we're going to lunch. Well, maybe I'll take a shower first, because I stink. How about that? Clean. Yeah, so that was kind of one of my goals, was to have a clean Miata, and then also that one. All right, this is my last chance to throw out my back. Come on, you can do it. All right, quick tip. It's a good idea to get all 4 of your seat bolts in before you really tighten them down, because the seat rails can get a little twisted. Didn't fuck up. The Yesterday was shitty all day. Today, beautiful. Now we've got to do the steering wheel. And, whoa. I don't know how I'm going to do it differently this time, but it's a giant pain in the ass. I really screwed up by not getting the quick release. I wish I had now. I can always do it later, but quick release would have been so much easier to deal with. But Greg's cheap. Greg pays for it. In tears. Ooh. So nice. Okay, maybe not so nice, but it's done. I have completed a dash swap between a 1990 and a 1993 Miata. Now, some thoughts. It's raining. Son of a bitch, it's raining. I did it about as organized as I could do it, and it still wasn't organized enough. So that tells me a couple things. Either one, I am not as organized as I think I am, and I'm bad at life and things, or it's just this job is so complicated that you really need to have your shit together if you're going to attempt something like this. So there are subtle differences between a 90 and other years, but nothing is insurmountable. You can do things like repinning a wire harness. It might have been a better idea just to rip all the wire harnesses out and swap them in the dashes. I didn't do that, but whatever. It didn't seem to slow me down too much. Although this is what is today? Is today Thursday? That would make today day 6 of this project. But you know what? I am a perfectionist, and I wanted to make sure everything was absolutely perfect. So I fixed a few other things in the cars, like finally, this car has a working horn that's going to work all the time now, and not just for an hour. So I fixed that by just extending the leads from the actual horn button with some quick connects, and that made things so much easier to try and put everything in place. I don't know. I can't really give you too much advice on whether you can do this or not. First of all, you gotta have a garage. It would be impossible to try and do this a little bit at a time if you don't have a good garage to work in. Time. You need time and patience for this, because there's so many little things that will go wrong, and if you don't have the time and patience to do it, you could fuck things up beyond repair. And taking it to a mechanic or taking it to a mechanic at that point, you're gonna get butt fucked in the wallet. And you should too, because this is a hard job. I certainly wouldn't want to take over for somebody who did this wrong and then try to figure out all the stuff that they did wrong and try to fix all that stuff, because oh my god, just having the custom stereos and the custom alarm systems in these cars was hard enough to deal with. Maybe if it was completely bone stock and you were taking a bone stock 90 dashboard and swapping it with a bone stock 90 dashboard, that would be a hell of a lot easier than doing different years with different options and custom stuff put into it, either dealer installed or aftermarket installed. So that's basically the deal. I'm happy that this is done. I would do it again, because this meant so much to me to have a dashboard that is kind of matches the condition of the rest of the car. That was the only thing that was really bumming me out about stuff. But yeah, this was important to me to do, and it's something that was obviously something I wanted to do since the day I bought the car. And it was just a project that seemed insurmountable at the time, and now not so insurmountable. I think if I did it again, I could probably do it again in like 2 days. Anyway, if you're ever gonna try this job, feel free to contact me with any questions or hints about how to do this properly. I'm happy to help. It's something you can do. Just make sure you know what you're getting into when you start the project, because this is not something that you can just quit halfway through and then say fuck it. Because generally speaking, you're not going to have a car that works at that point. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And if you've watched all of these episodes for this project, you deserve some sort of a gold star or a medal, because I know this was a long project, and believe me, it was a long project for me too. I hated going into my house and seeing everything sitting in my living room for 5 days, because good luck if you're going to do this. I'm always available for questions, so give me a shout. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next project. Bye. I thought that this was going to be good to put the little tweeters up here. As it turns out, no. I see these wires. I didn't like the way that was mounted. It's not mounted very well. Fuck that. So I decided to put them in the corner of the dashboard, and I was able to run wires, and things looked really good. So what I need to do is either run the wires down that little hole right there, and to do it you have to remove your latch and your visor thing. This thing is in two pieces right here. You can see the little gap right here. This extends to about right here, and you really can't pull this out of here unless you remove this, bend this down, and pull that out. All this molding comes out. Yeah. See, I had originally run wires up underneath this. See that wire? It goes up through here. And, you know, Miata life. Anyway, I'm going to pull this right out of here. Screw you. And then I'll need to disconnect this. Hey, a quick note. So if you ever need to take off your latches and you don't have this it's probably a T25, something like that. A 3/16 Allen wrench fits almost completely perfect. So you might have a little give in there, but use the right tools. But if you don't have the right tool, try a 3/16. It worked for me, but mine weren't overly tight. Well, I'm the dumbest person on the planet, but we all knew that. So I tried to fish these lines down there, and I couldn't find out where they were going under there. And then I tried to pull them back out, and I can't. I'll take my little 3/16 here, and since they're not in there very hard, I wouldn't recommend torquing these down super hard with the 3/16 because that's not the right tool. Okay, off. Okay. All right, and then this has to come kind of off of the top there. And now this will kind of come away. And we're looking for a couple of things in there. See? Right in there you can see, well, it's out of focus because it won't focus on anything but my finger. One of the clips is right there. So I'm going to use one of my pry tools to get under there behind and sort of try and pry it. God damn it, I'm the worst. Kind of get in there and then try to pry it away from where it is, and I need both hands for this. Alright. There's very real chances that you'll break things, but don't worry. Everybody breaks stuff. There's the thing that I'm gonna need to put back in. It's fine. Now there's a long plastic thing in there that needs to hopefully stay long and plastic. There, got that. And now this is where you want to pull this top piece away. So yeah, you want to pull away the top part a little bit so that you can get this piece out. There we go. There. And then this is just like it's got a little clip to slide in there. And yeah, just be careful because there's a lot of plastic and pieces in there to get ruined. I've got the glove box off so maybe I can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shine lights around and see if I can find places where light, whoops, damn it! You should get yourself one of these lights, by the way. They're pretty cheap. They run off of Sony camcorder batteries, and they're pretty useful. All right, so I can see that light back there. So I should be able to run the lines back there and then drop them down to where, at least the glove box anyway. So let me do that. I'll be able to hide these away somewhere. So these are right into the corner. All right, and then that can just go basically like that. Here's my one clip in there. Here's the other clip that's broken already. This little thing broke, but no worries. It's gonna be fine just like that. Tab will go in the slot right there. See, tab in the slot, just like that. And then everything else is gonna fall into place. I'm gonna pull this out just a little bit, slide that back in there. Go in there, please. Thank you. All right, now that I've got it lined up, these tabs literally just get pushed back in, just like that. Perfect. And then this is going to sit right like that. Beautiful. Barely see a wire. Maybe later I'll put something on there to keep it from dancing around. There, that all presses back together. This is going to all go back in line. Put this back together. This is going to go back in perfectly. Perfect. Very important, don't cross thread these. Angel did. He didn't like it. Okay. Yeah, and then when you're done with that, just throw it away. Okay, it's done. I'm completely done with this. I'm not interested in playing around with it anymore. Everything matches back up. I had to end up using like some adhesive I didn't want to have to use because of the irregularity of the shape of these tweeters in the back. But they're tucked into the corners really nicely. They're not going anywhere, and neither am I. So that's it for now. Done with this, and I think I'm done with the 90 for quite a while. Big things are coming for the cum stain back in there. I might be getting lowering springs for the 2016. We'll see about that. And then the rest of it is going to be more fun stuff. So 1,000 is coming, I promise. Bye, see you next time.